I could say all of them would end like this, but we know there's cases that we haven't solved in the past.
A big step toward justice in a senseless shooting that left 4 people dead. But the search for solutions to violence in Indianapolis is far from over.
This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
Good evening, I'm Amanda Starantino.
And I'm Mark Mullins. All 4 suspects arrested today in connection to a quadruple homicide on the northeast side are due in court tomorrow. Rodrice Anderson, Cameron Banks, Desmond Banks, and LaShawn Watkins all face murder and robbery charges related to the shooting at the Carriage House East Apartments 2 weeks ago tonight. 3 of the suspects are 19 years old and 1 is 17. Police believe the shootings happened during a planned robbery.
Funeral services for the victims will be held this week. 20-year-old Marcel Wills and 19-year-old Jalen Roberts will be laid to rest tomorrow. Funerals for 21-year-old Braxton Ford and 21-year-old Kamari Hunt are Saturday.
IMPD Chief of Police Randall Taylor credits the members of the community with speaking up and helping solve the crime. RTV6 reporter Cameron Riddle sat down with the chief, who is still in his first 2 months on the job.
The mystery behind who shot and killed 4 people on the east side of Indianapolis is over after 2 weeks of police work that included answering phones and knocking on doors.
It's hard to say it was extra effort because the detectives and officers do their job.
The force behind finding the suspected killer was led by IMPD's new chief, Randall Taylor.
People have to understand, I got a really good group of officers and investigators. They're seasoned. They've been doing this for a while. They do a fantastic job, and a lot of times people don't really see that.
Taylor says the crime was solved with assistance from the community and IMPD officers and detectives who worked extra hours for a break in the case, even manning a phone hotline opened for tips from the community. While that was done to solve a case, Taylor says preventing some violent crime begins with taking a closer look at mental health.
So if I look at the murders, I think we're like at 32. Last year we were at 17. But again, a lot of that, in my opinion, is people not dealing with their emotions very well.
Chief Taylor has only been leading the department since January, and tonight he's looking ahead. As the department looks to solve the city's other unsolved murders, he's calling on the community to continue to do its part.
I guess I would say the alternative is no better. If we're not going to talk about these things, then there's probably not much chance of it changing. I mean, we see certain things, but it's much better if we're hearing from the community and we can get officers in that area to try to help with that or bring other resources in. Don't wait till we find it. Let us know what's going on.
Working for you in Indianapolis, Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
Chief Taylor says another case the department is focused on is solving the deadly shooting of a Subway employee on the northeast side. Police released these surveillance pictures of the suspect shortly after the shooting on January 27th. They are still asking anyone with tips to get in touch with IMPD detectives or call Crime Stoppers.
How did y'all feel? I want to know the deep emotion behind that.
New at 11, our search for solutions to violent crime continues with a man who wants to reach kids while they are young to prevent future tragedy. Jay Wilson, founder of Circle Up Indy, says it's one of the best ways to make our community safer for everyone. RTV6's Cornelius Talker shows you how Wilson and others are committed to making life better for those growing up in areas that some might consider a lost cause.
We have to come together as a community, not just with words, but through actions.
Jay Wilson hopes by talking to these kids at Jenkins Career Corners Aftercare program, he'll have an impact on them that lasts a lifetime.
How do y'all feel about a lot of the unfortunate things? Y'all seeing people that's young dying out here. How do y'all feel?
Many of the kids in the room saying they felt sad.
I feel disappointed.
This young lady says she was disappointed by all the killings because she feels like we can do better. That's what Jay and so many other community members want these young people to know. It's okay to disagree with someone, but it's not okay to take their lives.
We could solve a lot of the world's problems by just having dinner together. Because once we see each other's value, each other's talents, what we can bring to the table, now we actually have value here, and I might not be so quick to take your life. Or I might be even quicker to help you.
Ro Townsend and Ashley Yarrow just met, but quickly realized they're working for the same things, a better future for their communities.
You don't always have to stick with having a one-track mind. Expand your horizons, open your eyes to different things, because there is a life to live.
And they're not just giving lip service. Both of them know it's hard out here.
I know I lived it. You know, I've been in a gang, I've sold drugs, I've been in poverty, I've been a single mom, I've done the whole bit.
They're hoping by sharing their stories and giving their time and energy, they can make life better for everyone they come across.
You got a safe move here.
Back at Jenkins Career Corner, Wendy Jenkins says she wants to do her part to make sure these kids get a chance at having a good life.
We can reach the kids, put them on the right path, then they never have to go down the wrong path.
She knows all too well where the wrong path leads because someone mistakenly killed her daughter, Charlie Nicole, more than 3 years ago. Wendy tells me she doesn't want anyone else to go through that pain. That's why this aftercare program exists, to steer kids in the right direction. She welcomes anyone to come volunteer their time, like Jay and Ro did, to make sure that happens.
Tell everybody you don't even have to commit to like it's your job or anything. If you came once, if I can get enough people to come once a month, I'm doing good. I'm happy with that.
Everyone I talked to tonight told me they know there are other issues that no amount of volunteering or talking to kids can fix. And Amanda, they know it's going to take an effort from everyone, community members, elected officials, to make change that is actually sustainable.
And today's arrest in the tragic quadruple murder does not mean the search for solutions to violence is done. You can find all our coverage on programs working to make a difference right now at theindychannel.com. Thanks, Cornelius.
Thank you.
It is 7 minutes past 11 o'clock here, and time for your Storm Team 6 forecast. I'm here with Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory in the Tracking Center, and we've got some changes on the way for you. If you enjoyed the sunshine today, we'll see more of it tomorrow, right?
We'll just have to be patient. We'll have to wait on it to arrive in the afternoon. One of the changes, more cloud cover that's arriving now through the morning hours tomorrow. Temperatures definitely colder by about 10 degrees, and that north wind a little bit stronger as well. 31, that's our current temperature. With the clouds in place, that will keep temperatures from falling off as much as they will by Friday morning. 32, the temperature in Bloomington. Kind of break down your planner for tomorrow morning. Could be a snow flurry or two north of Indy in the morning. 23, mostly cloudy at 8 a.m. By noon, temperature doesn't change a whole lot, 26. And then there, the afternoon temperature struggling to hit the 30-degree mark. And there's the colder north wind, anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour. That'll put our wind chill temperatures in the teens through the day. That's what you'll need to dress for. Still to come, we'll talk about the weekend changes, rain timing, when that returns, and then temperatures beyond the 7-day forecast.
New at 11, a former Colts wide receiver is in a Texas jail tonight. Federal agents say Quan Bray was a passenger in a vehicle busted with 157 pounds of marijuana inside. Bray played for the Colts from 2015 to 2017. He is being held without bond.
A federal crime is growing across Indiana, but it's not a new crime. There have been 21 bank robberies in the Hoosier State already this year, according to the FBI. That's compared to 7 in 2018 and 7 2019 during the same time frame. A special agent tells RTV6 the increase is partly because of at least 2 serial robbers. Investigators say bank robberies are not a victimless crime.
I don't think people oftentimes recognize how traumatic an event it is to go through a bank robbery. I have seen tellers, bank tellers who are the victims of robberies never go back to work in the banking industry, and being out in the general public or being out in public for them is very difficult oftentimes because of the traumatic nature of what they've gone through.
One of the suspects police are searching for is 25-year-old James Taylor. He is considered armed and dangerous. If you have information about him, call police.
A proposal to make major changes in Carmel is expected to go before the council in the next few months. A developer wants to build luxury condos at 126th and Rangeline Road. The plan does not include commercial space, so the shops and restaurants currently on the property would have to find a new location. For some workers and residents, the possible new development is bittersweet.
I think condos are important. There are a lot of new families coming in, but I think the businesses are important as well. Some of them are so niche, and people love having small restaurants close by.
I think it's great for the city. It's changed so much since I've been here, and I really like seeing what's gone on. I love the ice rink at Christmas time and all the different things. I like the statues that they're putting in the roundabouts. But so it's got pluses and minuses, and in the long run, I think it's good for the city. It's just sad to leave.
City leaders say when the time comes, they will work with businesses impacted by any changes. We will continue to follow the proposal and let you know when it's presented to the Carmel City Council. And tomorrow you can weigh in on the future of a former marshal on the southwest side of Indianapolis. A Decatur Township committee will discuss a request to rezone the old store on Kentucky Avenue near Man Road. The company Palmer Trucks wants to put a multi-use facility on the property. The meeting starts at 6 o'clock in the Goodwin Center on West Mooresville Road. It is open to the public. Last year, officials canceled plans to open a self-storage facility in that marsh after community backlash.
Coming up, the latest Democratic presidential debate gets heated as a controversial candidate takes the stage for the first time.
And have you seen this tortoise? The local nature center is asking for your help after the suspected theft of a beloved animal. You're watching RTV6 News at 11.
$259 a month at your local Volkswagen dealer.
This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
The Nevada caucuses are Saturday. We'll find out then if tonight's debate helped or hurt any of the Democratic presidential candidates at the polls. ABC's Oreen Shaw reports from Las Vegas.
The gloves came off almost immediately.
I'd like to talk about who we're running against. A billionaire who calls women fat broads and horse-faced lesbians. And no, I'm not talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking about Mayor Bloomberg.
The Democratic candidates taking to the stage Wednesday in this 9th Democratic debate hosted by NBC News. Former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg spending millions of his own money on campaign ads, making him a prime target.
Mr. Bloomberg had policies in New York City of stop and frisk, which went after African-American and Latino people in an outrageous way. That is not a way you're going to grow voter turnout.
Senator Bernie Sanders surging in national polls, now the frontrunner, making him a target as well.
Let's put forward somebody who's actually a Democrat. Look. We shouldn't have to choose between one candidate who wants to burn this party down and another candidate who wants to buy this party out.
But Sanders pushing back.
Maybe it's a time for the working class of this country to have a little bit of power in Washington rather than your billionaire campaign contributors.
Even calling each other out over health care.
I don't think there's any chance of the senator beating President Trump. You don't start out by saying, I've got 160 million people. I'm going to take away the insurance plan that they love.
I'm the only one on this stage that actually got anything done on health care. Okay? I'm the guy the president turned to and said, go get the votes for Obamacare.
Amy, I looked online at your plan. It's 2 paragraphs. Families are suffering, and they need a plan.
Over 70,000 Nevada Democrats already cast their early ballots ahead of Saturday's caucus. The candidates then turning their focus to the next contest, South Carolina, and that is where the 10th debate will be on Tuesday, just a few days away from their primary. Zoreen Shah, ABC News, Las Vegas.
And more than 2,100 people have died from the coronavirus around the world, according to the latest update. Now, a global company based in Indiana is taking steps to help fight the outbreak. Cummins is donating medical supplies for hospitals in the Wuhan, China area, the center of that outbreak. Now, the engine manufacturer has a significant presence in China. Some of the supplies have already arrived.
A Carmel wildlife preserve is asking for your help in finding a missing animal. It's not suspected of making a speedy getaway either. Cool Creek Park and Nature Center believes someone stole its Russian tortoise named Sputnik. He disappeared sometime over the weekend while the park was open. According to a Facebook post, the park thinks someone might have stolen him from his tank. Staff members are worried about Sputnik's health and safety. If you have information, call the park. Let's give you that number. It's 317-774-2500. Hope Sputnik makes it home.
Yeah, just bring him home.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I think he will. That's my forecast. All right, let's talk about if you're counting days till the next event, whatever that happens to be. Let's look at these. Till the time change, just 18 days till we spring forward. Then we're just under 30 days until spring officially arrives. Still a little ways off before we get to the Indy 500 on the 24th of May. I want to show you, this is just beyond the 7-day forecast. Takes us to the end of February and then looking into the beginning of March, a cold snap that will impact much of the country and certainly the Great Lakes and Midwest and the Hoosier State. Below average temperatures are coming our way as we get late month and early into March. Average high temperatures by the end of the month at 45 degrees. Where are we now? Temperatures 31 in the Indy, 30 in Martinsville. Cloud cover in place. That will likely be there through the first part of tomorrow. That's all with the gray that you see here. Hard to squeeze much moisture out of this. There could be a snow flurry or two in the northern half of the state. This area of snow will be pushed to the south and not a problem for us because of this cold area of high pressure. And we're on the cold side of this through Friday, but then we'll be on the mild side as we get to the weekend and change the wind direction. Instead of a cold northwest wind, we'll have more of a south wind. Temperatures hit rock bottom on Friday morning. We'll be at 15 degrees. From there, we'll start to turn it the other way. 23 Saturday morning. During the morning hours tomorrow in the 20s, but we stay in the 20s through the day. Still mid-20s with mostly cloudy skies at noon. We'll get the sunshine back in the afternoon, at least a mixture of clouds and sunshine. Temperature around 30. There's the gray in the morning. Couple of snow flurries north of Indy. As we go to the afternoon, we begin to see more in the way of sunshine. Always welcome that back. There are the coldest temperatures in my forecast for Friday morning. In the lower teens north, anywhere along Interstate 70, mid-teens, and we'll be in the upper teens in the southern portion of the viewing area. Sunshine in full force on Friday. Temperatures come above the freezing mark. If you're looking for temperatures above 40, you won't wait long. 45 with sunshine Saturday. Sunday 48 degrees. Chance of any rain would be late Sunday night. And then Monday, rain is likely in 46 degrees.
Makes you look forward to going back to work, huh?
Yes.
Rainy Mondays, all right.
All right, Dave standing by with sports. Hey,
Looking
Dave.
forward to a Friday, right?
Can we get to the weekend first?
Right, please.
Good evening to you. Got to change at some point, right? IU's still in the hunt for a trip to the tournament with just one road win this season. Had a perfect opportunity tonight up at Minnesota. Archie Miller back and everything else against the wall. Tough times right now for the Hoosiers, but it's the freshman Trace Jackson Davis to the rescue. Had 10 points in the first half. Look at the spin move and the finish. But IU playing from behind in this one, down by as many as 10, trailed by 3 at the half. Second half, got some threes from Devontae Green, Al Durham, then Trace with this monster throw. IU with a much-needed win, 68-56. The former Center Grove star with a season-high 27 points and 16 boards. They host 9th-ranked Penn State in a big one coming up on Sunday. Butler still hanging in the top 25. They're at 16th-ranked Seton Hall tonight. Under 20 to play. Butler down 3. Sean McDermott with the catch and shoot and drains it. Ties the game at 71. McDermott had 11 tonight. 0.6 of a second then. Left on the clock. Seton Hall, a chance to answer. And just like that, Mahmoud Kalashvili, game over. Wow. He had 15 and 6. Seton Hall in a stunner, 74-72. Dogs now have lost 4 of their last 6. And it's back to work for the Pacers. Back after their 6-day vacay. A little less if you happen to be playing in the All-Star game last Sunday. Good news for Victor Oladipo. Minutes restriction has been lifted, although he still won't play on the second nights of back-to-backs, at least for the time being. And some news in IndyCar this morning. Official word that James Hinchcliffe will rejoin Andretti Autosport for 3 races this season. He'll drive the number 29 Genesis Honda for the road course race at the Speedway, the Indy 500, and then the race at the Texas Motor Speedway in June. Hinch was left scrambling after Schmidt-Peterson went in a different direction with their driver lineup, and when Andretti couldn't do a deal with Fernando Alonso for the 500, well, a deal with Hinch was a natural.
You know, at the end of the day, I think what was supposed to happen happened, and we're coming home to Andretti Autosport. You know, I've got so many great memories from this organization from the time I ran here. And
won some races there.
Won some races and started on the front row here a couple times with them.
Yeah, I'm so excited now to have them back in the family, and you know, hopefully we can turn this part-time program into a full-time program.
So 3 races for sure this year, maybe more, and as Michael alluded to, this could turn into a full-time thing for Hinch in the next couple
He's got to be so excited about this opportunity.
Relieved, I think.
Right, yeah, that's a good word, too. What would he have done otherwise?
Done TV.
Oh.
Because that's easy.
Not as dangerous.
Not as dangerous.
Well then. Coming up, Eskenazi Health is looking for teen volunteers for a program that could help shape future careers.
Toyota, let's go places.
Hiring Hoosiers is connecting you to jobs and exploring your options in the Hoosier State's biggest industries. A manufacturing group is teaming up with breweries across central Indiana in an effort to expose more young people to the industry. Tomorrow evening, Sun King Brewery will host the year's first Movers, Makers, Mixers event from 5:30 to 7:30. The goal is to show people that today's manufacturing jobs are high-tech and innovative. The event is hosted by Connexus, Indiana. You can find more information on the group's website. And a company that makes medical devices is set to break ground this summer on a new headquarters in Noblesville. Panacea makes equipment used to diagnose and treat cancer. The company plans to build along the 169 corridor at 101st Street and Oleo Road. Hiring for many positions is set to start next year.
Eskenazi Health is offering teenagers a unique opportunity to get hands-on experience in the healthcare industry. Today I spoke with a representative about the 2020 Volunteen Summer Program. We're here with Scott Lawson from Eskenazi Health to talk about a program that's giving teenagers a leg up when it comes to building up their resume. Scott's here to talk about the Volunteen program. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Tell us a little bit about what this program is all about.
The program is an opportunity to show the healthcare setting to individuals who might be interested in pursuing a career as a healthcare professional, whether it be in a clinical setting, such as a physician or a nurse, or in the non-clinical setting, maybe someone interested in working in PR or legal services or billing and coding.
And these are teenagers that you're seeking to bring in.
Yes, we bring 14 and 19-year-olds into the program. We span that age range because we like to have the younger individuals who are just starting to explore, and then those individuals who may have finished their first year of college who can mentor within, their group and share their experiences. Plus, it gives them a chance to grow throughout the years through our program.
And how many teenagers are you trying to get in the program?
This year, we're looking at about 50 individuals.
Okay, and how long does it run for?
We do 2 sessions, so we do 4 weeks in June and 4 weeks in July. So we'll be breaking up the individuals into one of those 2 sessions. In the first week, they get training. We do professional development with our Institute for Professional Development. I teach them CPR. They get to go into the sim lab and learn how to, do those skills with our mannequin that we have. And then they spend the last 3 weeks shadowing in different areas of the hospital.
So this is really a hands-on opportunity for these teenagers to really submerge themselves into the healthcare setting. How important is it to have that kind of hands-on learning?
I think it can make all the difference for an individual. Someone who has been thinking, I want to be a cardiovascular surgeon or, something very specific, may not know enough about that or have enough experience to know if that's really what they intend to do. And you see them grow and, either it confirms their passion or they change and, they think, nursing is right for me or physical therapy. So it gives them the chance to explore and really determine what it is that they want to do.
And for more information about the application process and deadline, go to hiringhoosiers.com. We'll be right back.
Only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
I'll try to put a positive spin on this. These are the coldest temperatures that you'll see over the next 7 days. That means the others will be warmer.
So we get through tomorrow.
Get through tomorrow and we move on. There's the wind chill temperature, what it will feel like with that cold north wind. Dress for the teens.
Dress for the teens. You hear nothing else.
Bundle up.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks for joining us here tonight. It's been good having you along.
GMI starts at 4:30. Good night.